Let's see. How many new people do we have on? If this is your first time jumping on with us, just put a 1 or say I'm new. Hey, Kim. Oh, Kim, text me too, because, well, today or tomorrow works, actually. So I know you'll be back today. If you're new, just put I'm new in the chat, because based off of who's new will determine what I actually talk about, because I think that people, you know, pretty much got the gist of it. Also, I'm going to be doing an official training video today. So it'll be something that you can go back and rewatch. It's just going to be straight training that you can replay. But that'll be the one that I send out, because I won't be recording these sessions. Oh, Andrea, welcome. It's your first time. How long have you been trading? Are you a new trader?
No, not really a new trader. I've been in IML a while. I just haven't been doing much.
So you at least know pretty much how to enter a trade, calculate pips and stuff. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, excellent. So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead, since we're on here. I don't like idle time, so we're gonna look at it. Hey, Lamar, what's good?
Not much.
We're about to get this back.
Yes, sir.
So you guys, I'm so excited. I started a new account with $500 just to trade this strategy itself. And I am $25 away from officially doubling it since late last week. So I'm excited, like using the growth chart that I talked about and all of that. So I'm gonna kind of go over that, but I wanted to show y'all, hold on, just some inspiration a little bit. So here you can see my trade. So I added 237 so that I could be at 500. So in the beginning, I literally just I'm sorry, I had to mute the lines. In the beginning, I was doing like jumping in and maybe getting 2 pips or something, because I was trying to build my confidence for it, if you will. So as I gradually started moving, last week when I did a training with Dr. Kathy, she gave us a sale, but gold has always messed me up. So I got scared. And so I closed that trade. So this trade was literally because I decided to close and take a loss. But the next morning when I woke up, gold went in the sale to the point she said it was going to go. So had I just, you know, trusted my instinct or whatever. So yeah, so this is just me following the compound chart here. This trade wasn't part of the compounding chart. What happened is I was on this Euro AUD sale here, and the market jumped when the market opened on Sunday, and I wanted to ride that wave, so I entered another trade to ride it down back to this take profit. So that's where that came from. So just wanted to show you guys that. Okay, so let me stop sharing that. Okay, I just saw somebody else's new. Hey, pretty brown eyes, Shireen. Welcome to the call. So I'm gonna wait for it to change, but I do want to give you all, for you two that are new, I want you to take a screenshot of these steps here. So let me reshare. I'm gonna pull it up, and I just want you to take a screenshot. These are pretty much your instructions. I didn't want to share my screen yet. These are pretty much your instructions and things you're looking for when you actually enter in the trade. Here we go. So I want you to go ahead and take a picture of that. Hey, Kim, welcome. First time, okay, excellent. So I'll go over these basics here while we're waiting on an alert to come through. And then guys that were on last night, if you practiced yourself, if you had any questions that came up, you can definitely ask those questions as well. Oh, okay, Teray, I see you're 6 days in. Welcome. We're glad to have you on the team. Okay, everybody got the screenshot? Because I'm going to take it down. We're going to talk about it, but actually, I'll just leave it up while we talk about it real quick. So basically, with this strategy, you need the web analyzer, okay? So if you do not have the web analyzer, what you want to do, hey, Tamika, what you want to do is go to your back office and go to shopping cart, and you can just add the web analyzer. There are different web analyzer add-ons, but this particular strategy, you don't need any of those extra add-ons. Just straight add the web analyzer, okay? So once you add the web analyzer, and I'll show you this when we flip over there, you'll just log in and pick the strategy you want to trade.
I'm having a hard time.
And the strategy that you want to trade is the ECC-11 strategy. So you'll pick ECC-11 FX as your strategy, okay? So once you pull that up, these are what your settings need to be. So I'll give you a visual, but once you pull this up, these are what your settings need to be. And you need to hit save as default and press OK. The reason you want to save as default is so that all of the trades that you do, well, not trades, but every time that you log in, you don't have to redo all of your settings, okay? One of the things to note is that when you do initially go to your settings, the first box is going to be blue, the second box is going to be red. So you have to make sure that you flip those colors. So just pay attention to that and literally input everything exactly the same way. So with this actual strategy, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up my chart. My web analyzer, actually, hold on. So it's a couple of steps, and I'm gonna put a presentation together because I'm like, visuals are really amazing. So anyway, okay. So one of the first things I do every day is I check Forex Factory because I want to know what news is affecting what pairs and stuff today. So today is Thursday. So it was just some Canadian news and USD news that happened about 40 minutes ago. So we're good there. Tonight at 8:30, there's some AUD news that's actually going to be happening. So it's a couple things. When you get alerts, you can choose to stay away from any trades that have AUD in it because remember, we don't know if that trade we're going to get in and out of it, or we might be in it a little longer than expected. So you can kind of govern yourselves accordingly where that's concerned. But like for me, I'm going to avoid AUD pairs today. So if I do get stuck in a trade or whatever the case may be, the news won't, because you never know with the news which way the market's going to go. And so it could work in your favor. It could work against you. So I personally am not going to trade any alerts that have AUD attached to it today. And then the same thing, those of you who are trading tomorrow. Am I trading tomorrow? I have no idea. But I just wanted to let you know. So I don't trade London session, so I'm going to be asleep. So I'm not too concerned about the Great Britain pound pairs. But then you have more Canadian and US dollar news at 7:30. So if I do trade, it'll be after 7:30, any of these pairs. So that's kind of how I think through it. So just so you know, for your own reference of, what you may decide to do. And then Monday, Sunday, and Monday are good, free and clear where news is concerned. So pretty awesome. Okay. So then the next thing, first thing you want to do is check Forex Factory. The second thing, if you're using a compound chart, some of you all weren't on here in the beginning, but if you're in the team app last night, I posted a link, a Dropbox link out there. So I need you to go click on that and download the chart. That link won't be available forever. And make sure that you keep that so that you can actually share it with your new people and your team and, make sure everybody has it who wants it. So that is actually out there for you to download now in the team app. So make sure you grab that. So the next thing I do is when I'm getting ready to trade, I go ahead and take a mental note of what's my next lot size. So my next lot size, if we get in a trade during this hour or hour and a half, however long we're on here, my lot size is going to be 0.54. I personally do one trade at a time. Now that my lot sizes are getting bigger, I'm just patient with the process. So, for example, some people's Euro AUD closed out overnight during London. Mine just closed out literally 10 minutes ago because I didn't do 10 pips. I was more along the lines of maybe 15, 20 pips, I think. And so the market went just shy of my take profit and then dropped down. And so I rode the wave back up. So it hit my take profit. So now that I'm out of that trade, I'm now ready for my next trade. So when we enter this trade, if by 10 or 11 o'clock that trade is out, I'm now ready to look for my next trade to go here for that. So you can kind of choose what you want to do. Some people do stack. I do believe eventually I will stack as I get more savvy and confident. I mean, I feel like I'm really confident, but I'm not too anxious about it because I could do multiple trades, you know, per day. And so in most cases, so once this one closes out, let's just say 11 and another alert comes through, I'm going to hit this one. But then people who stack, so just in case you're interested in stacking, just to kind of explain the best way to do it. When you get your alert, you check everything and you actually enter into that trade, you'll do your first pair. Now, you may get some pullback on it before it actually continues to go in the right direction. So what I would do is, it's a couple things. You can set pending orders, or if you're watching your trade, when you see it head back in the right direction, you go ahead and enter 1 or 2 more trades, but you go down your chart. So if I was to do the next trade and I rode the pullback, and once it came in right position, I would have 3 trades in with lot sizes of 0.54, 0.59, and 0.63. So that's the way I would actually stack versus doing 0.54 or just random numbers, like being strategic in everything you do. And so you shouldn't see a lot of major drawdown with that in most cases if you do it right. I personally recommend, if you're going to stack, at least just do 2 at first. And then you may want to even adjust your balance even more, you know, to make sure your balance can handle it. So just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, so let's jump over to the web analyzer. Oh, did y'all hear the cha-ching? I didn't hear a cha-ching. So this alert came out 8 minutes ago. Okay, so let's look at it real quick. More than likely, we still got time to get in the trade. So basically, when you hear a cha-ching, let me cut my stuff up and I'm gonna check my settings in a minute. But once you hear a cha-ching, you're going to, oh, that's not it. Let me click here. You're gonna click this blue icon so that the trade, that's why. Here we go. I only trade the 15-minute chart, okay? Some people trade the 5. There is a,
hey, Mel, real quick. You just click that blue icon and you do that every time?
yeah, that's the way the chart comes up on the screen.
Oh, got it. Okay, I usually clicked on the pair, but okay, great.
Okay, yeah. So once you click that, so this one came. Now let me look at this real quick because this came out 9 minutes ago. I'm gonna look at it for people who may want to jump in this trade since it's out here. Remember from Dr. Kathy's training, if you're gonna do a trade off the 5-minute chart, then you want to make sure that you only are going for 3 to 5 pips. Okay. So this was called at 69676. So I'm just going to click here to get it on the line. You're going to hit that settings button. And then you're going to type in. So the sell was called here. As you can see, it's moving in the sell direction. You may want to add the 1-minute chart because you remember you want to look at a time frame lower. So the 1-minute chart is a time frame lower for the 5-minute. Okay. So for the person that wants to get in this trade, it's pulling back here. The red is below the blue, just like it is on the 5-minute. So it's definitely in good position. I personally, some people can go ahead and get in if you want. I personally would wait for a candle to form that's a red candle to show that, oh, it's heading back down. Because right, I know it's going to go down just looking at the direction of the cloud per se. And it's no straight areas that represent pullback. So you can go ahead and get in a sell on this or wait for a red candle to get ready to go down.
Hey, Mel, real quick, that settings button is the like circle in the middle?
Yeah, it looks like a pinwheel.
Okay, when I click on mine, it's saying Ikimuku.
Wait, okay, so what, okay. Are you talking about settings for the cloud or settings for the The line.
Settings for the line.
Okay. Did you draw the line?
Wait, go back to, okay, go back, put your arrow on the settings again.
Right here.
Well, that's why. Cause I'm not over there. Okay, what is that on my screen? It's hiding from me. I don't see that at all.
You have to draw the line first. Did you draw the line? Did you insert the line?
No.
So you have to insert the line first.
I need to go to the pen first. Where's that little pen at?
Look right here. Look right here.
Oh, okay.
You have to click it.
I don't have that. I have, well, okay, it says trend line.
You have to hit the arrow and then go down to the one that says horizontal line.
Okay.
Okay, so y'all can see on the 1 minute chart, we now have a red candle forming. I would personally still wait. And the reason why you see this red line is now pointing upwards, like it's ready to cross over the blue. So that just means it's still a little bit more pullback. I would wait for the next candle. I would just watch it for optimal entry. But if you are doing, proper risk management, watching your lot sizes and stuff, you honestly can go ahead and get in on a sell on this particular trade on the 5 minute chart. You may just be in a little bit of pullback for a short period of time before it continues to go in the direction. This particular pair, news has already happened, so you won't have any, you won't have a lot of pullback. But yeah, I would just wait until that red at least starts pointing down. Your blue is going sideways, your red is pointing up, your RSI is pointing down. I like to see everything moving in the same direction, or at least 90% of everything moving in the same direction. So right now, everything is kind of everywhere. Okay.
Hey, Mel, real quick. Okay, so I did pull up that, the little pen with the yellow. I got that. But now I'm trying to see the rest of the, I only have like width and style. After that, there's nothing after that that says settings.
Are you on your computer?
I am.
Take, do you see where you have like the marker and the color?
Yeah.
And you see these 6 dots?
Yes.
Grab that and drag it over. It may be halfway off the screen.
Okay. Okay, I just did it. Still not showing. That's weird.
Text me a screenshot.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, so you can see the red just crossed. They were kind of together. The red just crossed above. So it's still saying pull back to me a little bit. So I would watch that for entry. And as you can see, when you look at the real time frame it's called on, you see it went straight back up. You see this doji, which is normally a sign of a reversal, even if it's brief. So that's just something to look at. Looking here, I can tell it's still a downtrend too, because you see lower highs. So this was a high, because this was an uptrend. You can look and clearly see uptrend. This was a high, then this was a higher high. Okay, this was a high, now this is a lower high. So this is a sign of down. So we can just watch it. Let me put that on my list to watch. AUD/USD on the 5 minute, just for anybody who's interested. Anybody get in on it?
Yeah, I hopped in on it.
Okay, cool. Keep me posted on that one while we, All right. So let's go back to the 15 minute. Dr. Doolittle, not yet.
What'd you say?
I was asking if you text me yet.
Oh yeah, not yet.
Okay. So this one was called an hour and 50 minutes ago. It was a UCAD sale on the 15 minute chart. This was called at 1.34779. So the steps would be come here, draw your horizontal line. So the reason you draw the horizontal line is because you want to see where the market is in conjunction to, you want to see where the market is in conjunction to where the call was made. So let me go to the 15-minute chart. Okay. So this was called an hour and 50 minutes ago. So that's roughly one. So that was roughly called right here. So this is one of those scenarios where when I would have saw this, and let me draw a horizontal line. So when I go to the 5-minute chart, we can see where the call was. So that was 1 hour, 2 hours. So roughly here is where it was called. Okay. So this is roughly where the call came in. So they were calling for a sell, expecting for a sell to come down. Okay. So this is one of those examples. So as Dr. Kathy mentioned, you can always go ahead and enter a trade if the red is below the blue, which in this case it was. The direction of how it was pointing would have had me, you know, watching and waiting. So I think this is still going to be a good trade for a sell, but there's some pullback. So when you go to the 5-minute chart, you can see here that this is where it was called at on the 5-minute chart for a sale. Remember, if the price and the blue and red lines are within the cloud, that means you're going to see some pullback. So you don't want to get into the trade. So what I would do is keep watching this trade, because I could have got in. This trade is going to go down, but I would have been caught up in all this pullback before it comes down. So this will be on my watch list, right? To wait for it to, I want to see this red cross back over the blue, because remember, if the red is over the blue, it's a buy. So you want it to cross back below the blue. And so when this crosses below the blue, you could probably enter your sell up in here whenever that cross happens. Alternately, you can set a pending order for those who can't, you know, continue to watch. So whenever it does come back down, you can go ahead and enter that trade. So this is a good, I'm going to keep my eyes on this one. Does that make sense what I'm doing and what I'm looking at? Please let me know if I need to kind of clarify.
It makes sense. Because right now, I'm looking at my countdown right now, and it shows that candle that just form's got about a minute on there, and it's still in that drawback. So I'll probably say it won't be to another 10 minutes, maybe 5, before it actually makes that move.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so that's how you want to look at it. And it's just a patience thing. And if you have other stuff that's going on that you need to do, you can use Call Levels app. Let me type that in. So sometimes, like if I'm like, hey, I know I don't want to set a pending, but I want to be alerted when the price gets back to this point. You could set a notification on an app called Call Levels. And so I can literally go into Call Levels and say, you know, USD CAD, notify me when the price gets to 1.34779, the entry price. So then I'll get an alert at that time. So then I can come back and reassess and see if this alert is still available on the web analyzer and choose to get into that trade. So I typed that name in the chat. So that's another point of reference. So this is one of the things that I recommend you do. So whenever you go look at trades that have come out an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours ago, if you're trying to determine if you want to get into that trade, the first thing you'll do, of course, is draw your horizontal line so that you can see where the price came in at.
It's go time. That sucker is dropping.
It's dropping?
It's dropping. Yeah. RSI and the Ichimoku and the lag line all confirm it.
Cool. So let me see. If I'm on the iPhone, will this work on a trade, or do I have to? If I'm on the iPhone, will this work on a trade, or do I have to specify? I don't know if I fully understand your question. You can use the web analyzer on your phone. It just looks different, and you're not gonna get like the cha-ching alerts. I know you get them on your you can get them on your tablets and stuff like that. you can do 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute trades, whatever kind of trade, you know, that you want to do. So yeah. So y'all,
you get the cha-ching on the Android, not the iPhone.
That's the only up that the Android has on the iPhone. I'm an iPhone user.
I have both.
Oh.
Sarita, like I got both. Hey, listen, the thing, okay, so I'm looking at UCAD, that, Lamar, you're right, that red candle, but that red line is still kind of pointing up. The money line is pointing down, and the green money line and the red RSI is pointing down. That's good.
Yeah, and see the
My
money.
rule of thumb is if I could get at least 2 out of the 3 of the confirmations, I'm usually comfortable. If I can get all 3, perfect. If I get 2 out of 3, I'm comfortable.
Makes sense.
It lets me know I got some momentum going in the direction that I wanted to go in.
Makes sense.
So yeah, so each person, you know, you can kind of figure out what you want your confirmations to look like. You know, where that's concerned. Like looking at this trade for me, the red is above the blue on both time frames. Actually, sorry, let me go to 5 and 1. So, okay, so the red is below. So yeah, technically getting into this trade, the time frame below is a time frame I use to determine when to enter the trade. Okay, so when you look at the 1 minute, you see that the red has crossed over. You see that, well, RSI is kind of straightening out, but it's still a downtrend. So if you want to get into the trade, it wouldn't be a bad thing. Remember, only go for 3 to 5 pips on it though. So totally up to you.
Wait a minute, you said 3 to 5 pips? Why just 3 to 5?
Because on a 5-minute chart trade.
I thought UCAD was 15.
Huh? No, it is. Hold on, let me go back because I'm looking at something else. Earlier we were looking at, what were we looking at earlier? We were just on the 5-minute trade. Maybe I'm looking.
AUD/USD.
Thank you. Let me go back. Okay, yeah, I'm mixing them up, so ignore me. Okay? Thanks. Just ignore me. Okay, so you can, let's go back to that 50. So on the 5 minute, so I was right, yeah, on the 5 minute and the 15, both the red is over the blue in both. So I personally wouldn't get in, but that's me. So you figure out what are those parameters that you have to determine, you know. And so
how do you add the money line on there? Where's that?
It's automatically part of the cloud. It's not a way to add or take it away. It's just already there.
Let's see it on mine. Did you get my text?
No. Hey, Sharita, somebody wanted to know, how did you get the cha-ching on the Android?
The same way, you go to settings, choose ECC, and choose turn on the cha-ching and save as save settings.
What'd you say? What were you talking about? The cha-ching?
For the Android.
Oh.
Hey, Camille, let's chat about that message I sent you later.
Okay. Where'd you send it to?
Messenger.
Okay.
When you want to double check your cha-ching, where should you go for that?
Under settings.
Click on the strategy jewel, and under settings, if you scroll down, you'll see turn cha-ching on or off. Just make sure it's on.
Under strategy at the very bottom on the left?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else have any other questions on anything? Let me look. I just saw some chats pop up. Let's see. No, these aren't being recorded. I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna do one training video that y'all can send out. These sessions I'm not recording because I'm not gonna upload them. Like, I just don't be having the time. So, yeah, I'll be doing one training that's specific to just the strategy itself. And then that one will be on my YouTube. But as far as these sessions we do, I'm not recording these. Okay. Dr. Joy, I looked at yours, but I don't even see your yellow line on the screen. So I don't see your line on the screen, so I don't know if that's why.
Yeah, and I guess the reason I wasn't able to bring up the yellow line because it let me hit the pin and then let me hit yellow, but then there was nothing for me to be able to hit like settings to even put in a coordinate.
When you hit this button and hit horizontal line, you literally go on the chart and place it first. So you just click on the chart and then the settings should pop up. If you don't click, you see what I'm saying?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so those who got in on that sale will probably be in profit. If you want to write it down to the entry, this is USD CAD. Some people will wait till it gets down to the entry. Like, I personally would watch it until at least on the 5 minute that those two are getting close together and that cross happens. But use your discretion with that. Trade at your own risk. So yeah, I'm just waiting on the cha-ching. So if y'all got questions, this is what I was saying earlier. If you want to see if you can enter a trade, you'll draw your horizontal line to see where the price was called. Whenever it tells you how much time has passed, like if you come to the 15-minute chart, if it says 2 hours and 3 minutes, you know that every 4 candles is an hour. So just kind of estimate. So you'll go 1 hour, 2 hour. And so since it's 2 hours and 3 minutes, I will go back another candle because this candle has only been moving for 3 minutes. So it's really like 1, 2. So this is where it was called at, right? So this is where it was called at on the 15. So when I go to the 5-minute chart, because I use the 5 minute for my entry, I can see it was called here, but you can see the red and blue line are within the cloud. You can see, so nobody should have got in at this moment, because whenever the red and blue and the candles are in the cloud, that means there can be some pullback from the direction that was called. So that's just a little tip of something that you can utilize to determine, is it okay to enter this trade still? If has this trade fully run its course, or is this a trade that I can watch for a setup to actually enter the trade? Anybody have any questions on that? Nope.
Okay, so my settings did show up, Mill, after that.
Okay.
And then it says price 1 and price 2. Under coordinates.
It says price 1. You must have more than one horizontal line, maybe. Let me see. Hold on.
Hello, Kamal.
Hey.
This is Yomi from Washington, D.C. area. Is there any way we can get your schedule as to when you train?
You said, is there a way to get what? I'm sorry?
Your schedule when you come online to train, because I want to be joining you on all your training time.
Yeah, honestly, I don't have a schedule. I have commitment issues. So I travel a lot, and so I try to get everything in when I'm not traveling. So, like, for example, I did it this week because I'm here. I'm going to do another one tonight at 9 o'clock on this same link. I won't do any trading tomorrow as of yet. I might do 8 o'clock. I'm not sure. But then next week, I'll try to work on a schedule for you guys for the next 2 weeks because I kind of know where I'm going to be. So let me work on that, and then I'll post it in the team app. But honestly, most of the time it's just pop-ups based off of my schedule, availability, and stuff like that. But I do kind of like the whole trading together situation, and it keeps me accountable. AU is in blue for those who got in. So I'll keep you posted on that.
Okay, thank you. But I will be looking out in the mail to know when you're coming online.
Okay.
Now.
That's good.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So when you're looking for a buy, you want the red line to be above the blue line technically. When you're looking for a sell, you want the red line to be below the blue line. So the red line is always closest to the candles and the price, but you want to make sure if the red line is below, you're only looking at sell opportunities, and when it's above the blue line, you're looking at buy. It doesn't matter where those lines are in conjunction to the cloud. It just matters where they are in conjunction to each other. Oh, Pastor Mary, of course. I feel you, Pastor Mary, seriously, because I'm not like that early morning girl myself.
Camille, I am so loving this. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I keep saying I'm going to get up and come to Dr. Kathy. It's like it's midnight here. It's like midnight or 1. Girl, I'm in Jesus. Help me. I can't get out.
Right. It's so crazy because I'd be like, Kathy, just call me, text me, and she'll call and text like, Camille, get up. And I'd be like, okay. I'll be like, I'm up. And then she'd be like, I didn't see you on there. I was like, I went back to sleep.
But I will say one of my team members has been getting up with Dr. Kathy. And yesterday at church, at Bible study, she came up to me and she showed me her phone. So for anybody that's on the call, she had took like 7 trades with Dr. Kathy the night before and almost made $800.
Woo! That's so good.
So I haven't increased my lot size yet. I've been in profit on every one of hers, but I put it this way, I haven't went into increasing that lot just yet.
Pastor Mary, you got to push yourself, but I want you to pull that chart that I sent.
Yes, I have it. Oh, I have it in front of me.
She's like, I got it. I know exactly what you're talking about, but this line right here.
Hey, Camille, I told my husband, I said, baby, just give me about another 15 days and I'm going all in because I've been consistently winning with ECC-11. So
that's awesome.
As your confidence is building, you will get gotcha.
Yeah, so I am, but I have anyhow, I created a folder that is it's a bright yellow folder. So ECC strategies in there with the checklist. Your growth chart is in there. You know how to calculate pips because sometimes I told you I'm over 60. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. So
Mary, you are still young. I'm gonna need you to stop talking about your age and reset your expectations for yourself. You are still young and vibrant. The Bible says the memory of the just is blessed. I don't want to hear you talk about your memory no more in a negative way, ma'am.
Thank you.
She said, thank you.
Dr. Jewel cracking the whip early in the morning.
Dr. Jewel, I receive it in the name of Jesus.
Yes, you way too young and vibrant.
Quote that scripture. Oh.
Yes. Because whatever you think about your memory will be. And so we call it strong, blessed, and you are young and vibrant. No more references to your age. Praise the Lord.
Also, I want to tell you, there was a teaching, and I didn't see it come up on there for EURAUD, and I'm in profit right now from it.
Oh yeah, it's on the 15-minute chart. I mean 5-minute chart. That's why.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll just keep the 5-minute for now, like when I do these calls, I don't trade it, so I just automatically uncheck it. But I'll keep it on here so we could probably get more alerts while we're going live together.
Hey, Pastor Mary, do you trade the 5 minute all the time?
No, I do 5, 15 minute, and 1 hour. I keep all those 3 on.
Okay, so you trade all 3 of them?
Right. I can do the 4 in the day.
Okay. You like all 3 of them? You've been winning with all 3 of them?
I've been winning with all 3 of those. Those are the ones, those are 3 I check off. And Dr. Jewel, those are the 3 that I sit here and, and I trade from, and those have been winning for me. So right now, I'm 100. I'm undefeated right now. And I'm
wow.
Yeah.
Great job. That's huge.
And so is my team members. So I was just going to say that's what she and I have decided to use this ECC strategy. So thank you.
Yeah, we're excited to come to Vegas with y'all, Pastor Mary.
Yes.
If you do, we gonna get you here. We as I don't know if you know, we've got now a weekly training session every Monday night. We do training here in Vegas with another team that's under Dr. Jewel. So we call ourselves the Vegas Jewels.
Oh, that's cute.
I love it.
So yeah, does anybody else have any other questions? Hey, Dwayne, I see you out there.
Dwayne, let's go. What?
Yeah,
What?
I'm in here.
What? I need you.
Hey, Camille, let me ask you a quick question. Let me see. I had somebody ask. I guess you had put out a spreadsheet. Is it any different from the original spreadsheet that a lot of us had? Is there any difference?
Let me show it to you. So this is a spreadsheet right here.
Mm-hmm.
Does this look like yours?
Yeah, I mean, I see everybody's got a spreadsheet. They all pretty much do the same thing, don't they? They tell you what.
Yeah, so let me kind of explain this one to you so you could tell me if it's different. If it's not different, they can just keep using what they use. So basically with this one, it's set up to where you're doing per trade, so people can trade multiples per day. I tell people based off of the account balance you're starting with. It's like I started my account with 500, so I recommend doing your balance on the spreadsheet is half of whatever you start with. So that's why I did 250.
Nice.
And you can pick how much you want to grow your account per trade. So my goal is 8% per trade. So everybody can tweak this. Somebody might be like, I want to do 10% per trade or 5%. So the chart automatically updates accordingly. So, and then here is telling you if you're going for a 10 pip, 73 pip, or 98 pips take profit. It tells you what your lot size should be. If you don't want to go for 10 pips and you want to go for 20, you can. So it allows you to everybody to customize it, and it automatically updates everything without them having to do a lot of programming. So I'm not sure if that one does the same thing or not.
Yep, same thing. Yeah, I think it just looked different. So I had a couple of people ask me like, "Hey, where's that blue spreadsheet?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure it's just the color." I'm like,
but I did too, Dwayne, put it in the team app. I posted it, and it's a Dropbox link out there just in case.
Okay, perfect. I'll share it anyway, just in case people. Yeah, I'll share it anyway for sure. Yeah. Okay, great. No, I love it, Camille. This is awesome. So you said tonight at 9, right?
Yep, tonight at 9 Central Standard Time. Also, I'll post in the team app. If y'all have any people, actually, never mind. I was finna do that, but that'll throw it off because I don't want to be trying to enroll y'all people. I'm doing a webinar tonight. I have them registering for the webinar where I get their information, and I'm giving people a first look at Forex before they even sign up.
Nice.
The webinar, I'm actually teaching about pips and lots, how they correlate, because people see you making money, but because they don't understand, I'm now taking my presentations to a different level where it's not just your traditional IML presentation, financial. I'm showing them how it actually works.
Love it.
You know what I'm saying? So and I may try to do one of those publicly so people can plug in so they can get the presentation. They can see, because I know like Lucas is on here. Lucas is a millennial, one of my new enrollees, and he came to my training on Saturday, And I show him, this is how pips work, this is how lots, this is how they correlate. So when this happens, this is how much money. He was like, oh, so how do I make, I see that now. So now he understands when we use the products, why we use the products, why they're important. You know what I'm saying? And
I love that.
It then draws them in because they now have a sense of feeling like, man, I think I can get this now. You know what I'm saying? Because they have that little bit of understanding there. So I'll keep y'all posted. So I'm doing one of those tonight at 8 Central, and so then I'll jump on here at 9 Central.
Okay. Well, yeah, we love to maybe just listen, just to kind of learn the flow of how you break it down, so that we can maybe even mimic some of the strategies you're using.
Okay, so I'll send you the details.
Okay, great. Thanks, Camille. You're always awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Y'all have no idea how much I appreciate y'all. Y'all don't even know. I can't wait to see y'all.
I got a few heavy pocket people who I've been trying to explain to this for the longest, and I think that would really be helpful to them to see.
Okay, so maybe we can look at doing one on Saturday. I'll work on the details, and we'll probably have to schedule multiple times depending on how many people push it, because it's the webinar actually only holds 100 people. Well, we don't have to get them to register, so I could just do a traditional webinar, so that'll hold up to 300 people. So let me work on the time for that, and I'm finishing my presentation up. Any of y'all that want to jump on tonight just to kind of watch, I'll send y'all the link. Go ahead and register, but it's set up so if somebody joins from my invitation, they'll get a follow-up email, and if they want to sign up. So you'll see all that, how that system flows, but don't put your personal people on there, because I don't want your personal people. Y'all just get on the listen to get some inspiration and some strategy, and we can go from there. Okay. Pastor Mary, I'll text you the link, or if y'all want to, you can text. I'm gonna put it in here because this is what I put on my Facebook message. Text Pips to Freedom to 555-888. And then once you text that, you'll get a response with the link to register. Okay. If you want to do ECC-11, if you want to buy that and you don't have it, you need to buy the web analyzer, log into your IML back office, and then go to the shopping cart and then add the web analyzer and pay for it. I think it's $20 and you'll be good. Okay. So now let's talk through this one. This alert just came through 3 minutes ago. USD CAD on the buy. Okay. So remember, when you get those, the first thing that you do is draw your yellow line. It could be yellow, pink, whatever color works for you. I pick yellow because it just stands out from everything else for me. And you can make it thicker, change the, whatever. So I just made it thicker so it stands out. So remember, whenever you click on a time frame, it always takes you to a lower time frame. I use the lower time frame to help me determine my entry in the trade. So this is the 15-minute chart where it was called, we're looking at a buy. So for me, when I go to the 5-minute chart, okay, I do see that the red is still above the blue, which is great as a sign of a buy. Some people would traditionally go ahead and enter that trade. Now, if you want to go ahead and enter, you can enter the trade. For me, the RSI is pointing down. I'm going to watch that. The next candle will actually form in 1 minute. You see this is somewhat turning green and may continue to go up. So you can get ready to enter a buy on this trade. Based off if you have any other trades in or not, you could enter the trade and just leave that one trade in. You should be able to deal with the drawdown and all of that. If there is any, I think I'm going to enter. I want to enter this trade, but it's in such a heavy overbought situation, and the red line just went under the blue. What do y'all think? I know I'm giving all the answers. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Should we enter this trade? Should we not? What? Somebody analyze and tell me what they think.
Last night.
I need a candle. I need a little bit more space between that blue and that red line. A little bit more space. Once I see that it opens up a little bit more of a gap, and I see that, the candle that's following it actually following that same path, then yeah, I'll hop in it. but it's kind of teetering too close for me, too close for my blood.
Yeah, so I definitely think it's a good call, but I want to wait. I'm like you as well, and I see what Candace said. She will wait for the next candle. So yeah, this is a good one to watch to get ready to enter into the trade. So as you can see on the 5 minute, it's heading up, and then on the 15 minute, it's kind of sideways but heading up as well. So this could be a good trade to get ready to get in if you're interested in getting into this trade. I'm about to look at this 5 minute real quick. Somebody keep your eye on this one for me while I jump. Well, actually, let's see. Hold on. We'll just open up another one. Uncheck those. Forex. Okay. So GBP USD. Okay. And this one, a sale was called on the 5 minute chart. So you'll draw your line. So remember, always draw your line. Okay. And set your settings to the entry, which is 29781. So they're calling a sale right here. As you can see, it's still in a strong, well, a buy, if you will. You look at the 1 minute chart to help you determine your entry. So this is another one I will watch. On this, I can tell that it should go down. And sometimes I'll look at a time frame bigger to kind of see the overall trend as well. So yeah. So this is a good one to watch for GBP USD. So the trade was called on the 5 minute. So you're literally watching the 1 minute chart to help you determine when to enter. In conjunction to this, you could set a pending order, a call level alert, or just watch the trade. Okay. So let's go back and look here. Okay. So this is UCAD that we're in on the 15 minute for a buy. Okay. So we're still kind of waiting around for that. A little pullback happening. Okay, somebody sent a message. Look at the 15 minute. Why start? So that you don't over leverage your account. But I mean, if you want to do your full balance, you can. I just don't. So when I do my lot sizes, if I do go into major drawdown, I have enough space to ride that trade out. So that's just my own personal preference, but it's totally up to you. It just makes sense to me because, for example, let's just say if I put, you see these lots right here. So when I do a $500 balance, it's double, right? So let's just say this is 1.01, which is roughly $10 a pip. Let's just say that thing dropped negative 100 pips because I don't use a stop loss. That would be $1,000. I blow my account. Whereas if I use a $250 balance, 50 cents a lot, so $5 per pip. If that thing go negative 100 pips, that's negative $500. I still got cushion to ride the wave for it to turn back around. So just my personal preference, but it's up to you what you choose.
Camilla, I will say that's great. I know I was using the where it says 3 trades in the left. You know where he says if you're going to be doing 3 trades. I was doing that one just because of that same thing that happened to me where I was doing my whole account in there and I blew my account because I tried to ride it and the pullback was too strong. And I never thought about doing half your account, but I personally, I mean, it's a great advice. So I appreciate that. That's a game changer for me.
Absolutely. So literally with each of these trades, I've been so much more confident with not using a stop loss. Half of my account balance is kind of been like, no trade has really gone over 20 or 30 pips. But just to be like, oh, I'm negative $80, but I got $1,000 in my account, 0.40 lives.
This is too hard.
Hold on, somebody's unmuted. Something's too hot. Go to news and alerts, and it's in there. For the spreadsheet. Okay. So yeah, so you see that's a good sign to wait because you see that drawdown that's happening right now. So if you were to just enter the trade and you use half of your account balance and you use your lot, you wouldn't panic when you saw the drawdown. So yeah. Do y'all have any other questions? I was gonna try to stay on here longer, but I mean, it's kind of slow.
Hi, Camilla. Where in the team app we could find that particular spreadsheet?
It's an announcement in the same section where we announce these events, the trainings. You just have to scroll through the news alerts. I posted it last night, so it's probably very recent. If you go under, it says news and trade alerts. If you go there, it says compound chart download.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is good, and the harmonic scanner is good. So they're both great products to utilize. As far as my preference, I like both. So just depends on how I feel that day and what I want to trade. But I like the web analyzer because I'm not analyzing. I don't have to think about going on the scanner to look for stuff. I just have the web analyzer up on my computer while I'm working, and when I hear cha-ching, then it reminds me to actually go look and trade versus having to set some time aside to search the scanner for trade. So just depends on personal preference and what I'm interested in at that time. I do teach all my new people the scanner first because you don't have to calculate, you don't have to determine your stop loss and take profit and all that stuff with the scanner. Web analyzer, you get your entry, you got to figure everything else out. And so the scanner is my go-to for all my brand new people to get them acclimated to the trading space, after which they'll learn the web analyzer.
Good morning, Camille. I have a question for you, please.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So on your compounding spreadsheet, I noticed that of course, the take profit has a formula behind your take profit. The stop loss field, is that informational or is there also a calculation, an equation behind that?
It's just informational.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was just curious. I'm like, I wonder, does that do something too? Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, Karen just posted a link to the compounding chart. I appreciate that, Karen. So you can click there to get access. Make sure you download it. Awesome. Any other questions? Okay, let me check the chat and see if there was anything I missed. Okay. I answered about the scanner, information about the spreadsheet. Okay, so looking here. Okay, so yeah, just make a note to keep watching USD CAD. Remember, a buy was actually caught on the 15-minute chart. There's some actual drawdown currently happening. So if you have other things you need to do and you can't actually watch the trade, go ahead and set up a call alert. So there's an app called Call Levels. Let me see. There's an app called Call Levels. I know it's on an iPhone. I'm not sure if it's on an Android, but you want to do that so you can get like an alert to your phone when the price is getting back close to the call point for this particular trade, so that you can now do an analysis looking at the lower time frame to see if that's a trade you want to actually enter. So, yeah.
It's on the Android, Camille.
Okay, so see, Sharita, you the bomb. She got both. So, somebody got into USD CAD and in profit. Excellent job. So yeah, Call Levels is definitely something great to, take advantage of and look at. So, all right. Last time for questions. Any questions? Okay, so thank y'all for jumping on here. I will be back on here tonight at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also a reminder that I'm doing the webinar for the first look. So you can invite some prospects to that webinar at 8 p.m. No, don't invite prospects. I lied. Don't do that. Y'all get on so y'all can kind of see the flow and how it goes and stuff like that. And then I will schedule one for Saturday for your prospects. Okay. The same link for tonight for this training. All right. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. All our leaders Rise and Profit call happens in an hour. So we will see you all on there, and have a great day, trade, all that good stuff. Bring your questions. So as you're practicing throughout today, if things come up and stuff like that, make a note of it so we can kind of talk about it, because you may have a question that somebody else may not know to ask, but it helps them out. So, all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you tonight.
Thanks, Camille.
You're welcome.